Alright. So, my computer restarted earlier today, so I need to make sure everything is working properly. Okay, audio works. This is good. My stream deck does not. Hang on, I can fix that. So, I forget what I said I was going to be doing today, whether it was Witcher or not. But I need a bit of a relaxing day, so we are going to do a little bit more Satisfactory. I did power up the game so that I could get some motor assembly running, because we need 72 refineries, I think. 75, something in there. So I didn't want to make all the motors again, because that was a pain. So I built some manufacturers or whatever to do it for me. Let the game run for a couple hours while I did laundry. Hopefully we have enough materials. It looked like it was producing enough. I think did I also expand the steel beams and pipe storage? I did that at one point. I forget if that was like this at the end of last stream or the one before that. So this should bring up the normal thing. Just want to make sure it comes up on my playback. Hey, it works. There is a little bit of a delay, so yeah. Of course, there's always a bit of a delay. One of the things I was up to was also debating whether or not I wanted to do this today or if I wanted to do Skull and Bones, because the Megalostari is back in Skull and Bones, and I need 16-ish putrefied skin, which means that I need to kill it many, many times. So we are standing at the end of the pipe assembly. Oh, that's a bit of a issue. So I brought the pipes. Now, initially I had some other stuff, but like, I brought the pipes over. They go this way. Pipe. Oh yeah, this should be steel plate. Or iron plate. So now we have some extra iron plates for producing our foundations. That's the word I was looking for. Yeah, and then this takes the stators, it takes the rotors that we're building. I have a lot of rotors. Why do I have a lot of rotors? Like, a lot of rotors. Oh, you know why I have a lot of them? I probably did this and I never put them back in. How many are in here? Reasonable. Yeah, sort that out. Do that. Get them. Okay, so now we've got 300 rotors in our storage. We're going to need all of this junk. The hardest thing that we're going to have to get is probably the encased industrial beams, and even that shouldn't be too much of an issue. I just need to look at the recipe for that. Because I did not build those. Okay, so we need A little over 600. So I'll get 4,000 concrete, half as many steel beam. Although, considering we need another 2,000 in general, it does come out to be about 4,000. Do that. Do that. Okay, that's 1,000. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 2,000. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3,000. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4,000. Now for the concrete. If all we have to do is like manufacture the encased beams, like that shouldn't be too bad. Do I have any encased beams? I do not have any in my inventory. Okay, so I was also working on Elite Dangerous this weekend. Almost got my space station done. If I'd gotten closer on that, we would have been doing Elite Dangerous today. But unfortunately, there's still about 10,000 resources I have to move in that game. And like I said, I wanted something a little bit more relaxing today, so instead of Witcher 3, we're here. Although I can't wait for Witcher 4. Witcher 4 is going to be amazing. I also can't wait for Satisfactory 1.1 because there are some handy quality of life updates coming in that. All the changes to hypertubes being one of them. Oh yeah, that is ticking off the list. I forgot it did that. Our to-do list is slowly ticking down the number of encased beams that we need. And then once this is done, we'll gather up the other materials, build all 62 refineries. And that's just for the pure iron. Oh, God. Does it stack only to 100? It does only stack to 100. God dang it. I was hoping, because you could make conveyors out of encased I-beams, that they'd stack a little bit higher. Getting a Mark 5 or a Mark 6 belt would be interesting, because I think the highest level belt I've ever had is the level 5. I don't think they had level 6s last time I played. Or if they did, it was like... it was some really late game shit. Oh, it was 1.0 that Mark 6 was introduced. Thank you, Mr. Tact. Welcome on in. I do not have dimensional depots yet, no. I have not gone searching too much for SAM ore, which you need for the various research leading up to it. I think we've got the dimensional depot as an option currently, but I haven't gone and gathered some more stuff. I gathered some SAM when we were on one of our recent exploration trips, and we got some of that. But you need to turn the SAM ore into that little triangle thing. Oh, I know. I've wanted to do it, but getting to the SAM ore in the desert, I don't know where. Okay, I've looked at the map, the Satisfactory map helper online. That has shown me that there is a SAM ore node in the mountains. Yeah. In a cave in the north of the Dune Desert. Is it in the mountains, or is it just in a cave? Like an actual node. Huh. In a cave 15 meters off the ground. I will have to look for that. Because I don't think I know where that is. Ah, well, explosives, that's... We don't have many explosives either. I've been a little bit lacking on the MAM research. We haven't gone too far down the sulfur line. I do believe we can make explosives, though. Waiting on the beams, waiting on the beams. I know I'm making my life hard. That's kind of the whole thing about Satisfactory. Like my entire factory right now, it's going to be up there. I've been spending the past like 20 hours planning out a factory up there. You'll see that later. But my entire factory for now is just run by that one iron thing. It spreads out this way, and I've got like mod frames at the end. We are doing this the broke way. I haven't really explored much either. I've played the game before, so I know what stuff is out there and more or less where to find it. But yeah, I haven't done too much in this playthrough. Well, if they made SAM easier to find, like I can't exactly scan for it right now, I don't think. Hang on. Can I scan for SAM? Oh, I can scan for it. Hang on. Where's this node you're talking about if it's in a cave? I know there's going to be one over there, but that's going to be high up. Fuck. Okay, that's probably the one that I found earlier. Nope, nope, there's one. There's one there? I need to see this. I don't have explosives, but I need to see this. Because that was definitely not there in the pre-1.0 version. I need this for science. Okay, you're over there. Another Mercer sphere. It's going to be up there, isn't it? That looks like a kind of walky way where you'd go to find it. Well, there's a power slug. I'm going to grab this because we actually are going to need power slugs. I heard a skittery fuck. I don't like the skittery fucks. I know I heard a skittery fuck. The fuck is it? On the first level of the ledges, so down there. Is it down by the river? If I see a spider, I'm going to lose my shit. Okay, so it's directly east of us. Okay, if it's on the ledge 15 meters up, we were probably in the right spot. If I build a lookout tower, does that go high enough? Cheatsy way to gain altitude. Almost to the south of us. This is going to be it, isn't it? If there's a node in there, how do you get it out? Oh, that's a creepy sound. Is that the only entrance into the cave? That's insane. That was definitely not there in the earlier versions of the game. Or maybe it was after they redid some of the nodes in the desert here, but like, I've never noticed that. Mr. Bean! Oh shit. Idea. Oh, that's gonna hurt. We're fine. Okay. Yeah, I haven't really gathered too many of the power slugs either, because up until now we haven't needed power slugs. But I did the math on how much coal we're going to need. No, I have... I'll show you my MAM and you'll understand. It's, I haven't been doing too much research. Like, I've done some. More than some. But a lot of the alien technology has not yet been done. But also, I'm not usually one to use power slugs. I view them as very inefficient. Boing. Hang on. MAM is right here. Okay. Hard drive... No, hold on. Hard drive library. We're currently just sitting on these two recipes because... Or these four. Because I want to keep those out of the redraw pool. Alien megafauna. We've got almost complete. We recently got the ability to make crystal oscillators, so I haven't fucked with that. Alien tech. We don't have energy harnessing yet. I know we need that. We don't have the dimensional depot yet. Yeah, and then you get the production amplifier and the alien power augmenter. I haven't even made a thing to make computers. Well, I have as of last stream or a couple streams ago. But I haven't powered it up yet. Because that's what we are kind of currently in the process of working towards. So, my refineries are going to make pure... Piece of shit. Dump you, dump you. Now I've got space. That'll be fine. So, my refineries are going to make pure iron. The pure iron is going to make... Well, it's an iron ingot. And then I'm going to use that ingot to make steel ingots. The augmenter is not a big deal until the late game. Yep. I've been watching Kibitz in my free time. Kind of going backwards through his video to see how he got to the factory that he got. But I've seen him do some interesting stuff, but I also don't quite have the ambition that he does. Because there are people, including him, that will use every single resource on the map to its fullest. There's a lot of resources on the map, and there's a lot of balancing involved in doing that stuff. Not too interested in going that hardcore. I just want to build a factory that's going to produce some of the late game stuff at a relatively decent rate. Yeah, Kibitz is cool. Yeah. I think in his latest video, he made his tower, the particle accelerator hub tower thing, and it looks awesome. I was watching his stream when he was doing that, so before the video came out. He spent so long trying to get the pipes right, and I wish I could have the time to devote to that level of attention to detail. Unfortunately, I do not. Ugh. We're about 200 encased beams out. What do we even need the encased beams for? Refinery's not going to need them, I don't think. Does it? No. Wait, yes, the refinery does need the encased beams. God damn it. But if that's the worst part, it'll be fine. Well, yeah, that's the idea behind the Dimensional Depot. I've seen how it works, and I've seen what it can do, and I do want one. The problem is just getting there. Didn't I put a bunch of mineral digger things down on that one SAM node we found? Okay, there's a SAM node that's like normal quality in what used to be like the low tide oil field zone. Now it's got all that built up, not coral, but it's like these sandstone bluffs. There's a node over there in the north, like the middle line at the north end of the map. Once we get done building all this, I can point it out, but I went exploring looking for hard drives, and I found a SAM node without even meaning to look for it. So I should go back there. Yeah. That's the thing, too. There's so much to do in Satisfactory. And I've been trying to get as far as I can with as minimal stuff as I can, because even right now, our power network as it exists is not going to survive powering the entire factory. I'm going to need to double it. Because we're going to make 62 refineries once this is all said and done. We're going to need the 20 water extractors. We have literally hundreds of fabricators and constructors. And then maybe another 20 or 30 manufacturers, the big things. The big platform I looked up at, the space elevator is up there. And to the north, I think, of the space elevator is where we have all of our stuff. It is a project. Currently, my power network is running off of coal, which is inconvenient because I'm going to need to use every bit of coal I can to make all the steel, because I need an ungodly amount of steel. But I haven't unlocked fuel power, the gasoline power plants. I have that as a possible research that I probably should do. Okay, that's all of our stuff. Hold on. We've got fluid packaging, petrol power. No, we need those. I should get that. I really should get that. Haven't even gotten the jetpack yet. That I can do. The inventory slots would help. Yeah, we'll get that later. Right. Parts. I'm not going to have a big enough inventory for all of the parts. I know I put part of my inventory note on that. Did I put in that one? Okay, that's... I'm losing track of where I store all my stuff. This is a problem. Okay, we need to finish off our stockpile of reinforced plates. Motors probably take priority. I think I've got a bin up there? Maybe? I have to, because these are definitely not all the motors I had. I built 500. So 3 stacks of that should be enough. Let's get some steel pipes, because I forget what we need all the steel pipes for. Don't start going after me like that. Come on. Shit, I was hoping to slide there. Boing. Grab like 3 things of that. Okay, let's see how much we can build just with this. Refineries. Okay, we do need copper sheeting. Yeah, I'll grab some of that. Yeah, I know you gave it a smiley. It's just, part of the reason I wanted a relaxed game today is because, like, I got a pain in the ass coworker and he was giving me a bit of a time tonight. So we're just chilling. Alright. That should be enough copper for a little while. Yeah, you can see part of the shelf where I've got all my machinery. This is gonna be a fucking nightmare. Where's my coffee cup? There it is. Machinery as far as the eye can see. We have 5 lines Yeah, we have 5 lines of machinery over there. We have 3 lines of machinery here. 2 lines of nothing but smelters. There's like 60 smelters over there. or not the smelters, the foundries. It's the big one. There's like 60 of those. Okay. Did I make a big enough platform at the back? Or did I do a big oopsie just now and come up before I did the math on all my foundations and shit? Probably did a big oopsie. But I can at least dump my inventory up here and go down and get more stuff. I also forget how I was organizing everything out. Because this seems like it was made to a certain distance. No, I wanted the zoop. Was made to a certain distance. We have no fuel generators. Can't even build them. Shit. Okay. We need refineries. It's going that way. Shit. Alright, I'm going to give this 4 units of space because it's fucking big. And we're going to need so many of them. I want to build it. I do want to build it from the middle, don't I? Because it's going to be an absolute dick otherwise. Hey, hey, hey. Everyone who plays Satisfactory is at least a little bit of a masochist. It's just a matter of how hard you're willing to beat yourself. I'm going to make a big box so that I know where stuff is. We're going to shove... Okay, just remember, I need the copper, the steel beams, and I need to figure out where I put my motors. I'm going to hold on to that. Hold on. Throw those, throw those. The thing's full. God damn it. Okay, I need to figure out where... Where did I put that stuff? Well, I could have built a personal storage one. Where the f did I put it? I don't remember where I put 500 motors. This is a problem. Made it. Fuck, I fell. Don't want to jump. Did I put it on the edge? No. Can I jump down here and be safe? There's a bean. We're safe! It only tickled a little bit. I want to call bullshit on that so badly. But that would be a thing a game dev would do just to fuck with people. That's not where I put my motors. You don't have the motors. You don't have the motors. Where did I lose 500 motors? It wouldn't be out there. There's nothing there. Probably wouldn't be over there. Did I put my inventory in one of these bins? I would. Yeah, we got black powder. That's gonna be useful. Yeah, that's only the motor storage. Flat tail. That goes into there, what comes out of there, that goes, that goes. Did I put an extra container up on the steel platform? What did I do? Yes, we are looking for motors, but not the motors in that storage bin. Because the motors in that storage bin have been producing while I was AFK. Wouldn't have used any of these, probably. Where the fuck would I have put them? Let me up. Let me up. Okay, we've checked those. We've checked in that storage. That's specifically for concrete. We just built that little thing right there. Fuck. I have to have made some kind of storage bin up there that I'm just not seeing. I'm mildly annoyed. No, we don't need cable, although we will later on, but not right now. Ah, shit. Too much. 8, 10, 14. A little bit extra. We needed the steel pipes. I need to figure out where the motors are. That is going to drive me absolutely up the wall. Well, I'm glad someone's enjoying my frustration. 8, 10, 12. That should be all the stuff we need. Okay, let's go back up and see if we can't figure out where I would have put this container, if anywhere. Put it with you? So I know I needed stuff from here at one point. No storage bin up here. Did I make it near the base of the space elevator? I don't think I would have put it on the side over here. Would we have put it near the MAM? Because we built a MAM up here for ease of access. No, there's no carton over here. So when I found out that there were multiple size blueprint designers, I wanted to make a big, like, blueprint design network around the space elevator, so that way, like, late game, I could work on multiple things at the same time. Because ADD is a bitch. Also OCD. Neither of which I'm sure I have. But I do jump from one project to another very frequently, so I wanted to make sure if I was working on, like, a balancer one day, and the next day I log on and it's like, we need to do this project first because it's a bigger priority, I would have the stuff I need without having to worry about making other things. And also, I think it just kind of looks cool if you've got a bunch of what's that? Did I build that one? I probably built that one. Yeah, that's the one I built just now, isn't it? Damn it, I got halfway hopeful for half a second. Yeah, that's the one that I built. Found it. Well, yeah, but then you gotta delete whatever you're working on. And if you're working on something good... Plus, there's also the aesthetic thing of having that many blueprint designers. Why did I make you in a place where I couldn't see you, you piece of... Actually, no. Why can't I... I wanted to cut it. You can't cut it. Just gonna shove as much stuff as I can in here. I have an idea. I have an idea. No, we're gonna put it on that side. Good luck losing me now, you piece of shit. Oh yeah, we're definitely not losing it this time. No, that's pretty obvious. Well, I wasn't looking for the motors so that I could add stuff to the thing, but I remembered when we got back up here that I needed a lot more concrete and a lot more steel plate or iron plate so that I could make more foundations so that I could make room for the stuff that we need to build. So I need to dump my inventory so I can go all the way back down. Welcome to my life. We are not doing this the easy way. The easy way is probably just building the stupid dimensional portal thing. But we have not done that. What does it take to make a Nobelisk? Hold on. The Nobelisk in here? Nobelisk. We can make Nobelisk. Do I have detonator? I have not yet made detonator. I need to give up my objects. I don't like that. I'm gonna hold on to that for now. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. And then we need the iron plate storage. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. I'm gonna grab an eighth because stuff. Yeah, I could always make more. But the other thing we need to do is I eventually need to come down after we make the refineries, and I need to start putting in the layer for the belt buses. Because the primary transportation line for all of our resources is going to be 5 foundation units off the ground, which is like 20 meters. Well, yes, I know. We're gonna do another object scanner. It's I am backwards. However, I do get to the thing eventually. But first, I want to at least start making this stuff. How much space do I have? A little bit. Okay, grab our motors. Grab a couple of them. Grab a couple of them. Grab those. Also needs the copper sheeting. Oh yeah, so we're going to be using this recipe for our solid steel. And we have like 60 of these, like I mentioned. Which means that we're going to need almost 3,000 coal per minute. And there's not 3,000 coal per minute in the desert, which is going to be a fun problem to solve. Minimum 3,000 coal per minute in the desert. Grab a couple of them. Okay, let's at least start making our refineries so that some of these resources get used. Because we are an hour in and I've just been zipping around. Granted, 20 minutes of that was spent looking for a bin I should have been able to find pretty easily. Okay, this, 2, 3, 4. So I want the end of the refinery to be here. I want it to be like one thing off. I want the back to line up. I can make that work. Well, Miner Mark II is fully sharded ends up being half the problem. Because I don't have that many shards currently. Did they... They changed this. They changed this a lot. Like, I built some refineries or something down where my oil production is. I have not given the refineries like they look nice, but they're also so much bigger than I remember them being. Like bulkier. Since at least update 4. Have I really not played like that long? Jesus Christ. Okay. Yeah, and then... Oh, we have steamed copper sheets. We need to make smokeless powder. That's a thing that we need to make. That's going to be a bitch. Maybe it was the iron I was thinking of. That was going to be a... I don't know. But either way, we're going to need like absurd levels of material. Because, what did we start off with? Like, 62 that we had to build? So we've made 15? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, 15. We've made 15. $5 years? It might have been. Oh god, time. Oh god. Yeah, I don't think I've played Satisfactory since I started playing Tarkov, and that that lines up. That, oh god. Where does time go? We're not going to think about that anymore. We're not going to. Nope. We're just going to. Denial ain't just a river in Egypt. Yeah, finish up that stack. Get myself another 2 things of that. Do. I like how you can see those things from way the hell over here, though. That's kind of great. But yeah, Satisfactory used to be one of my main games before I streamed. And then I started playing Tarkov. And after I started playing Tarkov, I didn't really pick up Satisfactory again for basically until now. I've seen Dyson Sphere. I'm not the biggest fan of it. Like, everyone has their own aesthetics in terms of like what games they like and the mechanics of it. I think part of it's just how the game looks, like dealing with the worlds. Yeah, I prefer like first person stuff like this, or games that are top down 2D-ish, like RimWorld. I know, what is it, Factorio? I haven't played Factorio, but that's a little bit more in line with my kind of thing. Like, Satisfactory basically is my thing. But also stuff like Factorio. So, some of the stuff that's... Okay, there's 2 kinds of like 3D, right? You've got 3D like this, which is like first person 3D. And then there's like space 3D, which is a little bit closer to what Dyson Sphere is. And the way Dyson Sphere works just looks strange to me. Like, I get taken out of it every time I look at the game. It's just like... It's... I don't know. Not my aesthetic. How does that end up being... whatever. No. That way. Okay, how many more of you can I build? We had to build 62, right? If I can make it so that I build like 31 on each side, that's a fun kind of symmetry. Yeah, I'll take another look at it. It might be interesting eventually, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Where does that put us? I would have the copper sheeting stuff on the other side, probably. But I probably won't need that much copper sheeting. We'll go until the end here. We'll go until the end. I'll figure out the copper sheeting on the other side. And we're out of the steel beam things. Actually, can I want something tiny. Can I do this? No. I need something bigger than this. This. Nope, I need something a little bit bigger. This. Yes! Now I can see where the lines are. Because I wanted to like do a quick rundown and make sure I didn't skip any. I want these all to be right next to each other. And it looks like they line up perfectly. Mixes mechanics from Satisfactory and Factorio. We'll grab those. A couple more steel beams. Huh, neat. I'll keep that in mind. I was hoping it could slide a little bit further there. Well, the good news is we're almost done emptying out these bins. Balancing these is going to be a nightmare. I mean, getting the water in is not going to be too much of a problem. Figuring out the iron, though. So I do not want to build on this, because this is going to be like a little walkway at the end of the line. And we run out of pipe just in time. And we have to build 17 of these on the other side of the main walkway. This is going to look absolutely insane when it's all up and running. I'm going to need more of the foundations. So much building, so little time. Well, part of it is probably that I've been watching people trying to like optimize the game a bit too much. But part of it's also like I know the pure iron recipe isn't the best one, probably. But if I use if I go to here, pure iron ingot, right? You put in 35 iron ore, you get out 65 iron ingot. So you're almost doubling your iron that you put in, which is great. And then the iron ingots, a lot of them are going to go straight from here, which is doing 65, into these foundries, which are going to be making solid steel ingots, which are going to be taking our iron ingots in and making 60 steel ingots. So I'm trying to like multiply resources, because otherwise, if it's just a straight recipe, it's a 1-to-1. And even if I use the other one, like if I go pure iron, or if I go pure iron into the normal recipe, it's still only doubling the iron. This is producing much more steel for a lot less iron. So that's kind of what I'm trying to simplify. And unfortunately, I might have overdone it with how many recipes are going to be using steel ingots, because making iron rods and screws out of steel is just a lot quicker, so I ended up using those recipes, which is probably a mistake, but it's also going to save me on the number of machines that I had to make. So it's a balance of how much machines do you want to build versus how much power are you going to end up using at the end. So it's going to be like 1 over, and I can figure it from here. Did I put it right where I needed it to be? I think I did. Oh my god. Yeah, because that would be about... Fancy that. Wasn't even trying to get it perfect there, and I did. Did I happen to get just enough iron ingots or iron plates and concrete. I fucking did. Right on the edge. Right on the edge. Okay. All of that is done. Now I want to see... I need to get back to the space elevator for this, for reasons. Okay. We are here. I think my power plant is over there. More or less. But that is kind of good. Yeah. But I understand that you don't need that much steel. How do I explain this without pulling up the thing for... Yeah, I haven't like actually looked through all the hypertube stuff. Hang on. I think I know how to explain this. We need to go back down here anyways. Give me a minute. Why are you empty now? What the fuck happened? Has that always been empty? No, that hasn't always been. What the fuck happened? Question for later. Okay. So, realistically, you don't need a whole lot of steel for anything. A lot of, like, iron plates, iron, this uses iron, this is just all iron stuff. Mod frame, all iron. Heavy mod frame, you actually do start needing steel. You don't need steel for a whole lot, which is understandable, and it's easy enough to avoid doing too much steel. The problem ends up being when you get the alternative recipes for some of the iron materials. Because, like I was mentioning earlier, I can now make steel rods, which are the iron rods, but out of a steel ingot, and I can make steel screws, which are the screws out of just an iron, out of a steel ingot. And I'm using those recipes because those produce materials a lot faster. So what ends up happening is, because I'm going for the speed of production so that I don't end up building like 70 iron rod constructors or whatever. Since I'm going for the speed, I end up eating up a lot more coal and using a lot more steel and all that, which is a little bit of a problem, I'll admit. Oh, I think I know what happened. That's still going at the normal rate, but I took out so many steel beams and stuff from there that it's pumping into the containers faster than it's able to go this way. This way was getting all the overflow because that was full. Okay, I get what happened. While I'm down here, which one of you makes motors? This one. We'll get the 50 motors. My cable is this way. Although this has concrete, we're going to need concrete. I'm going to grab a bunch. Did I just grab too much? Are we going to have not enough space? I'm going to get that jetpack mod. 2, 3 slots, 4, 5. God dang it, let me slide. Thank you. Dump. Dump. Need to go grab. One, two, three. Whatever. Doink. Okay, what's it I have to say about the jetpack?
Milestone reached. Fix-It has granted you the power of flight, provided you have a jetpack and the appropriate fuels. The jetpack refuels automatically while you are standing on a surface, and different fuel types will affect the jetpack's functionality. With this increased versatility, you will no doubt achieve efficiency levels previously unheard of.
Those all require computers. That's simple enough. Industrial buffer. Industrial buffer would be really nice to have. I could probably make 100 with the stuff I've got right now, yeah. Let's make the 100 reinforced beams, and then I can zip line over to... Actually, I might not even have to zip line over to my other productions. I think I might have rubber and plastic both in my storage bins right here. This is totally fine. I can totally talk. English is okay. Yeah, industrial buffers. I like having backups, kind of, or like maybe not backups, but like flow control buffers. That way, if something does happen to go wrong, I've got a backup supply of water somewhere to get things going. Mostly I'm probably going to end up using the buffer at the power plant, but that's the other thing. Right now we gotta prepare for expanding the water stuff, coal power energy. It's hard because I know what I want to say, but my brain and my mouth don't agree on what's going to come out because I'm tired. Because this is like, it's 9:30 a.m. give or take currently, but I'm nocturnal, which means that this is basically like 9 p.m. for me. So I am like, I am gone right now. Okay, there's your 100. Get in the bin. It won't work until the thing comes back. How long until the things come back? A minute. Okay, we've got stuff. Do I currently need plastic? No. Do I currently need deuterium? Probably not. Rubber. Nope, I already had a thing in there. Motors. I need 2 stacks of motors. Personal spin. Need buffers. Didn't build it right. I would agree with that. In a perfect system, you don't need buffers. I agree. The thing is, if you're using coal power, right, like I am, I'm using coal power and nothing but coal power. Part of coal power means needing a supply of water. If I'm going to get everything up and running with as little as possible, it helps to have water at the same level as the coal power plant so that I can just pump the water directly into it without needing however many buffers. Or however many actual pumps. Hey, it's back. Basically, if I ever blow a fuse and if I ever want to try and like jumpstart the power grid again, having the buffers is a big help. Fuel.
Milestone reached. It is my honor and privilege to inform you that the fuel-powered generator, as well as the industrial fluid buffer, are now available. Due to a lack of gold in your sector, deuterium will serve as a suitable replacement to construct the fuel-powered generator. Your research into this element was valuable. In fact, you in particular are my most valuable pioneer, but don't tell the others I said that. It would be bad for morale.
It is amusing watching that thing clip through all the what was I doing? Right. I remember now. We need all of the iron and whatever else that we can get our hands on. Okay, so that's 3, 4 stacks, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's going to be enough, probably. Now I've already got a couple of things of concrete. 9, 10. Just as likely that they drain the fluid. I mean, in theory, but I always balance my power network so that if anything's going to run out of first, it's not going to be the water, it's going to be the fuel. Which in this case is coal. Which, don't get me wrong, basically the same problem. But I try to manage problems as much as I can before they pop up. Okay. We need to find where I made that foot. This foot. Specifically, this foot. Which Architecture? No, not that. Yes? Kind of? Why does it do that? That's not what I wanted at all. Can I? Where's... Why do you do that? Why do you do that? Stop. Give me the thing. Thank you. Vertical. 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, I'm going to delete the whole other area anyways, but like the fact that I was one off is vaguely upsetting. I deleted 4. That's the 5th. 1, 2, 3, 4. No. We're doing it up there. Do this. And then it's this one, which is in the exact center. Buffer can be justified not for go power straightforward. Out of the way. Yep. Makes sense. Okay. I'm just going to like make a skeleton route so that I know kinda how this is going to pan out. Buddy, I will... You run from me? No. Okay, on the second one, the Tarkov instinct kicks in. Because... running. It's actually interesting that this is going to end up being a little bit lower than I thought. Hang on. No! Let me do the jumpy. Have the bus. I'm gonna make this... I'm thinking of making this the layer where the resource buses come in. Not actual buses, mind you, just like the massive conveyor lines. I'm going to end up getting rid of that, and I'm going to use hyper tubes in a matter of like minutes. I just need to figure out... Because the other thing is, I eventually want to get trains running through here. Better idea. Better idea. Better idea. Better idea. Better idea. Better idea. Okay. So these are 4s. What if I do, instead of a 4... Hang on. Might need to come off here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then that's 5. So yeah, okay. If I do like a 2-meter thick. Yeah, 2 meter would be better for this level. I know I can delete and mask, just I don't want to delete anything up above, so just give me a moment. Okay, so if I do that, that probably gives me the space that I'm looking for. If I want to do a split up toward the middle for like a bus station, I mean not a bus station, a train terminal. Because I'm currently planning to like have a big circular track run around. Well, maybe not circular, but like that general idea through the middle there. Build where I want you to. Thank you. Might need to blow up a tree or two. Okay. is my power node from here? Okay, it's going to be that one. So it's not yet perfectly south. I'm going to use 2-meter ramps. Two, 4, 6. Rise this up about 10 meters. Where does that put us? Is that a big one? That is a big one. If that's a big one, then there's got to be something, like, worth it around here, right? But I'm not seeing anything like... There's a cave. How much you want to bet there's a summer sloop down there? Okay, and then I'm going to use 2-meter downs. To about there. So now we're back to the same level as before. Okay. So that's our power plant currently. I want to here. Yeah. Do that. Oh, there's actually ground down there. I thought it was just going to be like water. You know what's throwing me off? You know what's throwing me off? I did this slightly wrong. Okay, because the reason I did this slightly wrong is because I forgot to take into account that we're starting from a tour. Right? So, technically, if this were a 4, and it made the ramps, it would go down correctly. use these foundations. Why do I think this isn't right either? Because the water's like lapping at the top of this. Which I'm not sure I did over there. Was I right the first time? No, because this is a 2 meter, so we're off by 1 meter. I hate being off by like the tiniest of margins. Then you have to go back and then you have to start like dismantling everything. And why the fuck does that? I'm gonna jump that way. We are here now. A 1 meter ramp. Okay, we figured it out. So it turns out that that other area is just slightly at a different height than I thought it was. Ugh. Ow, 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 ow. Cramp. Oh, God. My bicep nearly just locked up on me. Drink lots of water, folks. On that note, don't drown. Christ. Go from one extreme to another. Okay. Ooh, so. You know what I could do? Something incredibly stupid. No, look up. Thank you. Okay. And this ends up being the layer. Have I been to this shore? There's a Caterium node right here. I mean, it's got a thing on it. And then the edge of the world is right over there. Man, we are on the cusp. I could build... How do I want to do that? Actually, I'm going to go to the bathroom real quick. Nope, wrong button. This button. I'm going to go to the bathroom real quick. I'm going to think about how I want vertical height here. So while I'm trying to puzzle that out, just entertain yourselves. I'll be back. We're probably going to keep streaming for another hour-ish because I don't have work tonight. So I can stream for a little while. I'll be back. Okay, okay. Ideas have been had. Okay? So, I need 20 water extractors to power my refineries. Right? Simple enough. Just gonna build that real quick. Then we're standing on this. We'll mimic that down here. Okay. Water, 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 pump. See, this is what I don't like about water extractors. They don't really line up neatly. Okay. Production. Water extractor. Okay, so if I make... Gotta make it 2 wide. That way I have plenty of room to expand this as needed. And it will become needed. You are an annoying piece of crap, you know that? I guess good enough. Three, 4, 5. Going that way might pose a slight issue, but we'll see how this goes. One, 2, 3, 4. I think we're gonna have enough space. Beautiful. Okay. Need to expand our foundations here. Can I... Ha. I'd say that's probably about the same distance off. Okay. So now, the only problem that you might end up getting this is good. This is good. Now we just need Pipeline Mark II. The pipe... Oh, nope, almost did the wrong thing. Okay. So the pipe getting up there is going to be a bit of a challenge. Do I have enough? Can I scan for geysers? Because it'd be great if I could find a couple of them. I'm all out of reinforced plates, so I can't make any more of them. There should be some near that coal, not the coal, some near where we are mining our oil. 2,000. So there's one there, there's a couple over there. Pure, I mean a normal and an impure, and at least one impure, impure, normal. So there's some down there. There's nothing really anywhere near where we can harvest effectively. Thinking. So much that still needs to be done. Yeah, we're producing 1,200 megawatts. And like our max consumption with the current factory is just above that, and we have basically nothing compared to what's upstairs. I'm gonna get a couple stacks of cable. This produces 250 megawatts of fuel. Trying to do like mental math really quickly to figure out like what's the most effective use of time. I mean, the good thing is this factory stage that we're building would okay, so that's generates only 40 cubic meters of fuel per minute. Hang on. I need to pop open fuel power generator. So standard fuel will burn at 20 cubic meters per minute. You know what we think? You know what I think we need to do? I think what I need to do is I need to go and look at our fuel area. Although before I do that, I haven't looked at how many tickets we have in a while. We have 11! Okay, the cart, we don't need the cart. Management. We can get those. We can get a clean pipeline Mark II, that'll be nice. Organization. Don't really need any of those. Neat finishes, grip metal foundation, asphalt foundation. Foundations, the various different sides. Walls. Architecture. You can get the catwalks and the walkways. Yeah, let's get these. Okay. Hi, Spiky boy. Look at our factory, it's huge. Oh, that's a wall. Mr. Bean. We jumped over him. It's a miracle. So this is producing 20 per minute, 20 per minute, 20, 40, 50, 60. Okay, so we're currently producing 70 residual fuel per minute. Not that one. Production. This. Okay, so standard fuel eats 60 and makes 40. That's enough for 2 generators, and then you get polyresin. If I make residual fuel, it eats 60 heavy oil and produces still enough for about 2. Is there something that I can do? What if I choke? Ten heavy oil. But I don't think I had the level 2 pipe when I made this. I could route this all the way back to the factory. That means that I would need sulfur and coal. Okay. What am I going to need? What am I going to need? I need one for residual fuel. How much does that corner one make? $60. Okay, so power. We can do 4 of these. One for regular. Nope, not that. Never mind. That button. Production. One for regular fuel. One for residual fuel. One for smokeless powder. And then smokeless powder gives us the ability to make ammunition for the rifle. The steam geysers should be right on the other side here. $800, $300. Oh, fuck. Just the two? Yep, just the two. A normal and an impure. But there's two others right here. Impure and normal. And then another impure. So just with these 5... Oh shit, they're shooting at me. Whoop, wrong button. Is there sulfur around here? It's gonna be up there. God fucking damn it. But that's possible to use. I've got the beginnings of a plan here. The tree looked strange. we need to investigate our coal power system up close. Because we are prepping a complete upgrade, and nothing can be left to chance. I'm probably also going to end up making a ton of power switches, the priority power switches, because we are going to need just so many. I want to make sure that the power doesn't go out when we start operating our factory. And I'm pretty sure it will. Because that's a lot of machinery. So I'm going to want like phases 1 and 2 and 3 at least of production so that I can begin to get things operational. I think high-speed connectors is one of the only things that I'm going to need to manufacture on this list. Yeah. Okay, so we go down to high-speed connector. It's quick wire, you need circuit boards. You get 125 of them. Just keep building, just keep building. Okay, so we were able to make 50. Gonna grab that and that. Did we ever drop off our power slugs? Where'd those end up going? I think we did drop them off somewhere. What about our sulfur line? That's compacted coal. That's turbo fuel. We could get turbo fuel. But in order to get turbo fuel, we needed the compacted coal recipe. So that's 2 hard drives that would need to be found. Explorer drone. I should get this. How much does it take for 100? Oh wait, that's frickin' oscillators. I hate those things. Because yeah, they require quartz crystal. God damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it. Do we have any copper left? Not readily accessible. I'm trying to get like so much stuff done. Okay, so I want to make 125. It's more than enough because I've already got 50. So I just need to watch and wait until we get to 125 of these. Right, I also wanted to look at the current coal infrastructure, didn't I? Problem with doing so much all at the same time. You get distracted by the to-do list. And in my case, you get distracted very easily. $35 more. $25 more. $15. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, So that should be able to make 48, but we need the quick wire. The quick wire is going to be holding us back. Build as many as I can. I'll grab more quick wire. So the geothermal generators are not going to be like constant power, but they are going to provide an amount. Okay, so I need to get at least 80 cable. Okay, so like one full stack of cable. And like 90 times 60. Okay, let's go deal with our frickin' Caterium first. One, two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm getting 10 things of it. What's the worst that can happen? We use all of it? There we go. Northern Lights! Look at the pretty lights. Spiral Galaxy incoming. Okay, hopefully we have enough room in our inventory to deal with all of this. Apparently we did not get enough cable. Apparently I mismathed the cable. I think it's supposed to be 800, not 80. Yeah. But, hey, we at least get some of this stuff out of the way first. Yeah, and now we're going to have enough space for the other 600 cable. Happy coincidences. Okay, but Thursday we're definitely doing Witcher 3. God, just ripping through all that quick wire. Ugh. My body's sore and all my muscles are tensing up because I haven't moved. Make sure you get up and stretch regularly. Don't be an idiot like me. Oh, sitting too long at my computer. Almost done with the high-speed connectors. And then we just need to make a couple of encased industrial beams. $15 more. No. We're just shy. Okay, but we're going to make some encased industrial beams because we need those. Can I use a valve to... I haven't really, like, meddled with valves ever. Can I use a valve to, like, choke off the flow of a pipe? Okay, so that's 90 beams that we need. Grab 1 quart of that. Grab a quart of that. Stop at our motor production. Thank God I built that thing. All of that. I need a rubber. And I need modular frames. And that should be all of our materials. So this is going to end up being like a really basic level of power infrastructure, sort of. Honestly, before I go too far, I should make sure I've got enough for an awesome sink. Good thing I checked. We need some reinforced plates. Because if I'm going to be constantly producing stuff, I need a way to get rid of surplus. Well, that jump didn't work. Now, eventually I'm going to build, like, one of my resource buses over the mountaintop there. But for now, and I came up with an idea too. I'm going to build like arches on the resource bus And on the top of those arches is going to be one of the power towers. And I'm going to use those as a kind of mass transit system using this zip line. Don't get in my way, Mr. Bean. Mr. Bean! He was not in my way. I might build the structures and then just not... I'm gonna build the thing that way. Okay, so residual fuel. Smokeless powder. Standard fuel. Actually, I'm going to order it based on how easy it is to get from the outside in. This one's going to be our fuel. This one's going to be our residual fuel. This one's going to be our smokeless powder. I should get up there to help me figure out where these things are going. Oh, these are big boys. Special. Oh, shit, I fell. Throw an awesome sink there to eat any spare plastic and rubber. much? Only 30 polymer resin per minute. I'll have it face that way so that I can have the output come this way. I'll have a large storage container here. Build it like that. Put in the splitter. Nope, that's too far back. Come on. I mean, at that point, I might as well have had the thing just go that way right off the rip. But this isn't meant to be pretty. It's meant to be functional. reach those two. So reach those two. There. Here. Yep, and now our power grid is feeding off of at least 2 of the geothermal generators. So, we'll pick up around here next time we get back. Obviously, I need to finish wiring these in. I need to go to the other geothermals in the area and power those in. Need to grab the sulfur. Come to think of it, there's like no coal around here, is there? Well, okay, there is coal. I could add that to the resource bus. It would be a project, but I could, yeah. Okay, so next time we do this, I gotta finish up making the coal and everything. Or finish up making this little area. Babylon stream 12. Save. So this Thursday, 8 a.m., I'll be streaming again. Should be Witcher 3. We need to follow Kira Metz in search of Ciri. And then next week, I should have off. So I think I'm going to... Next week's schedule is going to be a bit of a toss-up. So, what I am currently thinking is next week I will probably stream Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, probably at around 4 a.m. Eastern Time. Because I should have next week off. If I don't, I'll let you know this Thursday. And next week... I'm thinking next week we'll do a lot of Witcher 3. Probably... Like, if I go live early, like really early on Tuesday, we might just do a really long Witcher 3 stream. That wouldn't be too bad. Or I could do a really long one on Wednesday. I don't know. keep an eye on my channel, or like check in periodically between like midnight and 4 a.m. Like going into Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Because I think that'd be a pretty nice thing. And then maybe I'll do one on Saturday if I'm feeling ambitious. But I do have some stuff to catch up on. So, take care, everyone. Stay safe. I'll catch you Thursday with an update about my schedule. Should be 8 a.m. on Thursday. Should be. Well, I'll figure out what to do next week. Take care, everyone. Ciao.